Are T.I and Tiny better as friends? That's the question today. Because T.I went on the Angie Martinez show and he talked about his separation from Tiny. His description of marriage was kind of that it was a distraction from what he was trying to do and how he was trying to grow his family. Well, not grow his family, but grow his family's legacy. So he made a comment that, oh, well, it was kind of a distraction, and anybody that's not on the train to taking our family to the next level will be left behind. Which is understandable, but is still kind of sad because I love Tiny and I love their relationship and I really enjoy watching their TV show. I loved their cute little family. I just loved everything about them. And in that interview, he kind of said that they would be better off as friends. A lot of times in relationships, when you've been together for so long and so much has happened in the relationship, then it's kind of hard to be friends while you're married because you're still holding on all this resentment from everything that both parties did within that marriage. So sometimes you have to take a step back and get over things. I knew that this was the end of their marriage a couple of months ago. Actually, when I saw the video of Floyd Mayweather and Tiny dancing, I kind of felt like that was like the nail in the coffin. I felt like she was just putting the nails in it. First a picture came out, and then that wasn't too bad. But then when I saw him dancing, I was like, oh, no, Tiny. No, 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 no. This cannot be true. This cannot be real. Because if you remember a couple of years back, T.I and Floyd Mayweather got into it. Shekinah and Tiny went to, I believe, Floyd Mayweather's daughter's birthday party. It was a picture of Floyd, Tiny, and Shekinah. Some kind of exchange happened. He ended up calling Tiny a bitch, which I thought was like totally out of line because I used to really like Floyd Mayweather. But when he kind of did that, it kind of made me not like him as much, to be totally honest with you, because I did really like Tiny. I always thought that she was one of the realest celebrities. I felt like she didn't put on any airs, and she just was who she was, and she didn't really care about what anybody thought about anything that she did. So that is what I really loved about Tiny. But anyway, they get into it, and T.I, I guess he goes to defend his wife's honor because Floyd had called his wife a bitch, and they get into like a scuffle. Nobody's sure if anything connected. A lot of guys have security. Both guys have security. Floyd has a lot of security. So it's kind of hard to touch Floyd. But, so any man will be hurt after they just went out and tried to fight this fighter, world-renowned fighter, over your honor. And then for a couple of years later for you to be seen dancing with this man. I'm pretty sure that probably was the nail in T.I.'s coffin also. Because men can't normally bounce back. Women can normally bounce back from like adversity, things happening, cheating. But once a man is hurt, it's really hard for him to bounce back from that. So it seems like they were never able to bounce back. People hope that they bounce back because they just had a beautiful baby Harris, and she's so cute. And we thought that they were getting back together, but obviously not. We found out that they really weren't getting back together when the rumors of Bernice started coming up. That T.I was dating Bernice. He was liking her pictures. She was liking his pictures. Tiny made a comment and called her a pass around. I'm not worried about no pass around, bitch. Which technically she would have been a pass around if she dated Drake, who's friends with T.I. If she dated Drake and then started dating T.I, technically she would be like a pass around. But in Hollywood, in the entertainment industry, it's not really that big of a deal in that industry. So it's pretty common. So nobody really thought too much of it. But obviously Bernice thought a lot of it. So she came out and said that she was friends with T.I, that she was never a mistress. Asking Tiny, does she know what divorce is? I mean, stepping into a level that I don't think that she should be in. Because if that's your friend, you know that going through things within their marriage, as a friend, you should just shut your mouth and not try to add fuel to the fire. Look at Bernice. I would be mad. I'm not even married. And if she dated my ex, I would probably say the same thing, if not worse. A lot of people probably would say worse things about her. She's beautiful. She has a beautiful body. She seems like a fun, hard, fun-loving type of person, like goofy. So, I mean, I can see how any man could like her. I mean, shoot, I like her anyway. So I can understand where Tiny is coming from. And as a woman, Bernice, I believe, should have just shut her mouth. Maybe put out a statement saying, I've never been a side chick, but not addressing, do you know what divorce is? Do you know this? And do you know that? And we're just friends and blah, 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 blah. Because anybody knows that in relationships, especially when people just had babies, they kind of go back and forth. They're broken up, but they still love each other. They have a lot of history. And then recently, Bernice put up a video of her basically dancing to one of Tiny's songs, so everybody's like thinking that is shade. And if she really is friends with T.I, I hope T.I puts her in her place. Like, you want to be my friend, don't address my wife. I address my wife. You want to clear your name, do what you got to do, but don't go back and forth with the mother of my children. Don't do that. So hopefully he put her in her place or cut her off. And maybe one day things can kind of work out. But right now, everybody knows that through friendship, a lot of people fall in love through friendship. So hopefully through their friendship, they'll become together and they'll be as one again and be a happy family. Because it's really not too many families in hip-hop that, you can see and a man really loves their wife and they really love their family. So it was a good example to show, I would say, the black community. So good luck to you, T.I and Tiny, and I wish you two absolutely the best.